keyboard reviews are back. RK, Royal Kludge. I started my channel doing a Royal Kludge keyboard. It was one of the first major reviews that I did. Wasn't that interesting? So this is the RK87 Pro mechanical keyboard. They asked me if I wanted to review it, and I said yes. Okay, there we go. So let's have a quick look at this one, then we can look at some options. But structurally sound, it is a plastic material, but it's a firm plastic that they use, so it doesn't have really much bend. Like I'm pulling really hard to get even that much out of it. That's good. All right, natural wedge shape that they use typically, so you don't necessarily have to raise it up. You get a natural wedge shape. You do get a rolling keyboard layout, so when you're on here, it's not just a completely flat. For example, you get a natural crescent shape, which is, I prefer that. I like it. It's nice with your function keys up there. Everything separated out. That's nice. The wedge shape is supported, so that's one. You do have 2 and 3 heights, so you have 3 total heights there. Very good. A little bit of a design depending on which color. You do have some punch outs there for potentially other models, but they're blanks. And then we do have the USB-C there. Very good. It's looking nice overall. This one here, we have this kind of multi-tone gray. So we have light gray, and then we have this really dark gray, and we have this creamy sandstone color here, and we have multiple colors of printing as well. We have kind of a dark sandstone color there, and then white and black as well. Very nice. The design here, we do get everything separated out, so it's not going to have a numpad, but it does have the other features that you'd want. This is kind of where I'd like to be, because I do actually have a numpad. So for me, I don't necessarily need it on my keyboard, but I do need to have dedicated arrow keys. Very important for me. Spreadsheets and things like that. I also do need to have these separated out. It's important. I use delete a ton, and I do also use page up and page down quite a bit. It's quite nice. I don't know what Cal does. That's interesting. And then you do also have, your function keys separated out as well. So it's a relatively small keyboard for being what I'd consider, having all the essentials minus the numpad. You get your little volume rocker there. Very nice. Let's have a look at this. Pull this off. Okay, so that's looking pretty good there. So we do have these kind of switches here. I'm going to leave those in here. I'll just pull one out of here. Okay, we'll look at the key cap in a second, but let's look at the key switch here. So there's a full height style keycap, standard connector underneath there. Very good. Linear switch. Not super, super light, kind of middling. Very smooth. Feels nice overall. Very nice. The key caps, let's grab a couple actually, because we have different options here, different colors. We'll grab these 2 here. Let's look at this printing. Oh, we'll get the gray ones too. We'll grab an old key. Bring those up. So the gray is nice, obviously. Very nice. The white printing on the gray looks good. The material is nice too. Looks good. The nice sandstone one with the arrow black on this one. Escape and the space bar and the enter key share this color and design. It's nice, right? And then we have this very, very dark gray with that kind of brown printing. I like this color a lot. That color combo in general looks nice. So they're not going to be shine through keys. But another thing I want to point out here is the keys are all, they're not all the same shape, because we have that wedge shape there. So for example, these keys up here, the escape, versus let's say, an arrow key, they're totally different shapes, right? The actual typing surface, we have that grooved, so you actually get a concave, right? So you get kind of a circular area and a concave in the center to cup the finger when you're typing, but the actual key caps are different shapes to basically facilitate that curving effect. However, despite that, they do have all the same feeling, because they do have that kind of curved shape there. Very good. Okay, so let's get it plugged in and we'll get it tested out. I don't really know what this one keycap is here though. What is that? Pause? Where would that go? Is that for Cal? What is Cal? I don't know. Calculate? California? Knows how to party? Okay, so we're going to go USB-A. So you're not going to get latency issues, obviously. It's a pro keyboard. It's designed a lot for gaming, so you're not going to get any latency over USB, obviously. Very good. Let's just quickly have a quick look at this book here. I'm just curious if it says what that cal is. Don't really know. Cal. What is cal? I really don't know. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's give it a quick typing test to start here. We can do some RGB in that after. Just leave it on its default RGB for now. But we'll give it a quick typing test. Bring that back so you can kind of see in the start. And we'll get started. The key travel, I mean, they're large keycaps, kind of terminal style keycaps from back in the day in the 80s, basically. I guess 70s too, but also 80s. I was more used to them in the 80s and early 90s. Terminal style, keycaps, terminal style, layout in general in terms of how the keycap has that kind of concave type to it. And you get a ton of travel. Sounds like a terminal keyboard. So we'll give a quick type here, see how it sounds, see how it feels. Okay, so the typing experience is very nice. I like terminal style keyboards. If you don't know what a terminal is, I don't know, have you played Fallout? You probably know what I'm talking about if you've played Fallout. That's a terminal style keyboard. It sounds like a terminal style keyboard, looks like a terminal style keyboard. It kind of feels like a terminal style keyboard. They were typically very heavy and they just had a little bit of a different typing experience to them. This one here, doesn't have the same exact feeling as a terminal keyboard. It's more evolved. The switches have evolved now, and they just, they're smooth, no rattle, no kind of, resistance to them. There's a good amount of resistance to the actual keycap. It's not a super light key switch here. If it was super light, I wouldn't personally like it. I don't like super light key switches. Some people do. I'm not one of them. I don't like super light. I prefer heavy or medium. This is kind of medium. It could be super heavy, more like an actual terminal, but those, back in the day, they were kind of like rattly and kind of grimy a bit. This feels very nice to type on. So overall, the typing feel is quite nice. The acoustics are extremely nice. I think the bottoming out sound is really nice. Spacebar. It's a nice spacebar. Backspace is really nice. Enter. Just a nice, I like the terminal layout. I just like that style of keyboard. I like how it sounds, and I like how it feels. Brightness up. It's going to flash there when you hit your max. See that? Go down. Very good. Typically left and right at speed. Faster. Very slow. So we'll go a little bit faster there. Then we do have function home is monochrome. Where's the home button? Over here. So function home is going to be monochrome. Switching, I guess. I guess we have to be on that mode there, where it's going to be similar. Function scroll supports multiple backlight effect. What does that mean? That's how we actually switch then. Function scroll is how you're actually switching between them. What does function insert do? I don't know. Different modes here, random. That's probably a typing one, yep. Oops. Another typing one. Another typing one. All right, that's the monochrome one. Yeah. So So I guess function home would switch through monochrome. Yeah, so that's monochrome. Once you get to monochrome under function scroll, then you can come and go through your colors. So we have green. That looks actually fairly nice on this. I don't normally like green. Blue looks fine. Yellow, it's okay. Pink looks nice, or purple. It's kind of a pinky purple. Looks nice. Teal looks all right. Red looks decent on this color. Green, blue, yellow. Actually, yellow looks pretty good here. It's not bad. Now there is Mac and Windows. So if you hit function A, that's going to switch to Windows. If you hit function S, it's going to switch to Mac. I do use a Mac and I do use Windows, primarily Windows, but I do need to have Mac as well. That's good. You can also do function in B, and that's going to give you 6 key rollover versus full. So key rollover is like how many buttons you can press at one time without it rejecting some of them. So that's good. And that's pretty much it. So I don't think I need to really do much more for this one. It's pretty straightforward. It's not like a weird keyboard with weird effects and like things that are like complicated to cover. It just does what it's supposed to do. It's a low latency mechanical keyboard that's going to be used for typing and gamers. The design of it is quite nice. The aesthetics, generally speaking, is a nice looking keyboard. Everybody's going to have a different style that they like, but I like this terminal look to it. It looks quite nice. The coloration is good. And for me, also the typing is really nice. Very nice. Good job. Good job, RK.